Hey, what's up everybody? This is Radical Ruination coming back at you with another video. Now, real quick, I know I was supposed to have a video up on Tuesday, and then I spent a lot of time on Wednesday trying to get it, and I can't get my 100th video special to upload. So I'm uploading this. I might upload something else in its place, and when that one actually gets, when I can actually get that one to work, then you'll get that one. But, you know, sometimes stuff like this happens. Anyway, today we are going over the Combiner Wars Rook figure, because we're going to start our Defensor thing. So we'll be going through all the different parts. So basically, it was one of the new molds from Combiner Wars, because Combiner Wars went through. They made like one mold, and they used it 5 different times. It was ridiculous. One of those molds was Streetwise, Blades, and then there was also the Red Alert mold. Basically, this guy's whole team was comprised of a whole bunch of repaints and remolds. Like, this was Ironhide, this was Off-Road, this was this guy. They used this one 3 times. This one, he was only used a couple times. But, you know, there's also Streetwise, Prowl, Dead End, Wild Break, whatever his name was, something like that. But then the Alpha Bravo mold got painted into Vortex. It got painted into Blades. It was originally Alpha Bravo. It was used a lot, just like the Silverbolt mold. So Combiner Wars went through a lot of repaints, but this is one of the more original type figures that we're going through. Because we're starting Defensor. We're going through all the parts and we're going to combine them together at the end. So basically, he's some sort of a police or SWAT ATV. So you can see SWAT police. Got his nice tampographed Autobot symbol on there. Got some nice whites and blues, some blacks on there. You see they painted in those headlights. These are actual like holes. Those aren't painted in place. Those are actual holes. So that's nice. He's got silver painted gas cans and just various tools over here on the one side. He does have 6 big beefy tires. On the other side he has those tools again. Police, you know, just all sorts of stuff. And you can see he is a big, heavy, chunky vehicle. And he does roll. For some reason he doesn't roll too well on my desk. But he does roll. All 6 tires do move. Back ones are different. That's just kind of due to transformation. No big deal there. He does come with these 2 accessories. The Combiner hand foot gun. This is one of the few that has a little hole in the bottom. That's because you take his head, kind of bring it back a little bit, right there. Then you take the thumb, fold it down. You can peg it right into the top. Move his head kind of back into place, so it's like that. And look at that, boom. I mean, you can actually kind of leave the thumb out, but that just looks really stupid to me. I like to have the thumb kind of go down because it's kind of like a cable that goes down into it. Like they actually have some sort of control in there. And then this, you can either peg it into the front, or you can peg it in back here, or you can peg it in on the other side. This thing can also be pegged in back up here if you want. You can throw this thing up there with it. Me personally, I kind of have it in that first layout. You can also, if you move this, peg this in up here, as well as any other standard thing for that. Or if you want to, you can also give him a giant hand at the front of the vehicle. Just give him like a double missile battery or something. He's got a lot of ports, and he's got a lot of ways to mess around with it. So, I already gave you guys a size comparison, kind of. There he is with Red Alert. Here he is with Skytread, the Titan Master, so you get a general idea. Here he is without the tank. You can see So yeah, he's basic deluxe size. We'll move those off to the side for now and get into transformation. So first thing first. So take the head, bring it back on this hinge, boom, right there. Flip it around. Then you want to take this whole back section and you just kind of want to grab it, pull it up like this, take these sections here, unpeg them both, swivel them to the sides, orient these because these will be his arms. So bada boom, something like that. And then you want to take this whole back section, collapse it up, and you can kind of leave it out like this for the moment, just so you have a little bit more space to work. Then you want to take these sections, bring them up like that, bring them into place, split it apart, and then bring it down and around, and it'll kind of peg into place like that. And then bring the section actually down if you didn't have it down already. And bada boom, there you go. This is Rook. And Rook is pretty cool. So real quick, let's go ahead, get him a size comparison with Red Alert. Why am I saying Red Alert? His name is First Aid. His name is First Aid. My gosh, don't correct me in the comment section below. I know who he is. It's First Aid, not Red Alert. I'm sitting here saying Red Alert. Here he is with a Titan Master. As you can see, this Titan Master is about the size of his head, as it should be. Boom. So real quick, I'll show you how he does his weapons right after his articulation, because it's a little weird. He's a little strange. So first off, he has a ball joint up here in the head, so it can do a full 360. He can go up and down just a little bit. You can also kind of use this hinge, but you'll have to break his neck to do so. He does have this transformation joint, so you can get some back shoulder movement if you need to. He also has a ball joint in the shoulder. Go out about that far. So they go forward, back. He has a bicep rotation. That's nice. He does have a little bit over 90 degrees of elbow bend. Nothing at his non-fists. It's weird. They're just kind of like molded in there. Not sure how well you guys can see that. His fists are just molded in there. He has like these cannon things on the backs of his knuckles. So that's what I mean. I'm going to tell you about the weapons and stuff. But he also does have a waist rotation. He has ball jointed hips, so they go forward, they go back, they go out. He has a leg rotation. He also has a 90-degree knee bend, and one of the few figures in the Combiner Wars line to have ankle tilt. And I mean, it's a pretty wide ankle tilt too. So you can get him in some pretty cool poses even without his weapons, because he's got those cannon hand things going on. I suppose that if you wanted to, you could kind of undo these and mess around with his feet for certain situations. But I'm not really gonna count that, because it's a little bit of a weird thing going on. Now, like I said, he does have this piece and this piece. So real quick, I'll get you guys a nice close up here. They say it's supposed to be like a hydraulic rescue kind of claw thing. It's just the same on both sides. So you have a couple options. You can peg it onto his back like that, leave it, or you can peg it into his shoulder like that and leave it, or if you want to, you can even peg it in like that. I suppose that if you need to, you can flip this section up, peg this in over his shoulder if you need to, or kind of bring it down, peg this in back here if you want to. But you you can peg it in like this, so it's kind of like a sword type deal. Or, I'm pretty sure this is the way that he's supposed to do it, is have it like that. Just boom. Gotcha. Um, this thing works all the same ways. You can kind of plug it in up here, make a shield. Or you can give them what some people call the Hulk hands. You take one of these, like that, you grab another one, like that. You can give them just one Hulk hand, or if you have two, give him Hulk hands. Two big old beefy fists to go and pound his Decepticon enemies with. Or you can just have him flex. Boom. Because Rook is the buff one. He's sitting there doing the curls, man. And then if he needs to, shoot some missiles out of his fist. Boom, boom. Stuff like that. It's stuff like that that makes figures like this fun. But, you know, he does only come with one, so if you want to do something like that, but you can't, say no more. You can give him a claw, or if you want to, you could even say this is a taser. I mean, he is a police officer, kind of. Police unit, so you could even say that's taser. Zap, zap. Zap, zap. We're mad with power. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for the figure as its own individual thing, but well, I'll go ahead and throw them into arm and leg mode for you guys. I'll set that off to the side. And we'll go into arm mode first because this is already in hand form. So, basically, you want to start off in vehicle mode. Did I say vehicle mode? I mean, just kind of get them back to this point. You just kind of flip the legs out and have this piece popped up. That's about it. So really at this point, just kind of make sure his head is popped up like this. Bring it up. There's two tabs in here. They'll peg into these sections in his shoulders. So it should kind of look like this. And then you take the combiner port right in the middle of his torso, flip that out, and then depending on what side you're doing, you rotate it that way, and then you take the fist, you either plug it in here, or you flip the toes down and you plug it in here. It depends on how big the other arm is, but this seems to be the pretty standard size. So, I mean, it's a nice, big, powerful arm, and if you need to, give me 1 second. Sorry, my mom had to tell me something. So basically, you can take this thing, plug it on here, or if you want to, just kind of flip it straight up. You can kind of line this section up with that notch in there. So you put it at a bit of an angle. There you go. Got yourself a nice, big old beefy arm. Yeah. So, like, big old beefy arm. So let's get him back to that vehicle mode for real this time, like I was talking about before. So we'll pull all this junk off and bang! Okay, there we go. So we're back in vehicle mode. Now for leg mode, I actually do it just a little bit different. One, I did leave the head up, so you can go ahead and pop this section up. Flip this section down, put this back in leg mode. Boom, stick it in the bottom. Now you're kind of supposed to do it like this, but since that leaves the big gaping hole that's even there in arm mode, which I do not like, and it gives them a really stinking big knee, like that is just way too big, I make it flush. This is how I make my Defensor foot. You don't have to if you don't want to. I'm not expecting you to. but then I can flip the head down and just make it all fit flush. And if I want to, I can plug this in here. I kind of tend to plug it across, or just plug it into the back of the fencer. Because if you look, he does have his hands back here, so I just kind of plug it into one of Hotspot's hands back here. That. But yeah, that's how I do it. But the way that you're supposed to do it is like this. I mean, if you want to, you could plug it in like this, but that makes it really strange. I mean, even if you rotate that foot around, because then he doesn't get very much heel. But then you can always kind of do this if you need to. But then you do also lose that knee articulation. So as you can tell, it does have a rotation there, and it rotates there. But basically, that's all that it is. It's just a shin. It's not really even a leg mode, it's just shin. But yeah, basically, that's kind of it for Rook. Not exactly the most exciting figure I've ever seen, but you know, he is still a really cool option. So if you're just looking for a really good standalone figure from Combiner Wars, or if you're looking for some Combiner Wars figure to customize or something, this is a pretty good one. Interesting fact about Rook, his headpiece was actually inspired by a Rook chess piece. You can see he does have a nice big old Autobot symbol right in the middle of that. And he does have some nice blue eyes painted in there. I don't know how well you guys can see that. There you go, just a little bit. And he kind of looks like a football player kind of thing. I almost want to say Russian football player, but that may be offensive to Russians. It's just kind of got like that stereotypical Russian style hat. So I'm not saying, you guys know what I'm saying, right? I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm just pointing out something that I'm pretty sure everybody has pointed out. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys are looking for a Rook, you can pretty much find them anywhere online, maybe on eBay if you look. I'm pretty sure they're not really in stores anymore, given how Combiner Wars was a couple of years ago. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe. When you do subscribe, hit that bell icon for notification whenever I upload a video for you. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.